Who's ready? Who's ready for some boom, baby? Boom! Rise and shine. That's like shine, bro. It's like popping right now. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. Here's the marijuana. Here's the addiction, Saint's addiction. I'm Mark Saint. Every morning I get up and I'm blessed to be alive. And this morning is one too. I got a pain in my neck. Like literally, I shaved a spot. I got swollen gland. It's like this big right here. And I'm about to go to the emergency room. And I'm going to smoke one with you. Because the sun is shining this morning. Look at this blessing. Let's see what's happening. Anybody up here? Good morning.
Good morning.
I have a question for you. I have a question.
Yes.
Where's the nearest hospital?
Hospital.
Yeah, man, I got a pain in my neck. Literally, this gland right here is swelling under my neck. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I don't want to cut into myself. I think it's an ingrown hair, but it's gotten bigger from last night. It's like this big. It used to be this big. It's now this big.
I think it's just, I can take you over there.
It's called Petchas, pet gas.
It's not so far away.
Yeah, I called the emergency this morning. She said you can call for Petrogras and ask a taxi. I'm not in emergency. It's just been hurting and swelling, and I'm like, I shouldn't like fuck with this area. Pain in my neck, bro.
Give me 20, 30 minutes.
No, I'm not in an emergency. I'm gonna smoke too. I'm just telling you, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I need to go to shower first.
Is your girl here?
We'll come during the day.
Yeah, man. Just rising and shining. But other than that, it's a beautiful day.
And cold.
Yeah, man, it's getting here. If you stand in the sunshine. Yeah, man. I don't know what's happening, but I gotta go figure it out.
Yeah, it's this pay.
That's what she said.
But
It sounds like you're saying pay us. It's the perfect term for a hospital.
you might be there for an hour.
Bro, it's been underneath me. I thought it was an ingrown hair, but now it's grown about 10 times what it was. And I was going to do Simone. I kind of cut around it, looked at it, and I'm like, should I cut in here? I'm looking at medical things. I'm like, where are my arteries?
I'll try to do it very quickly.
Yeah. I don't want to do it myself.
Do you have some kind of insurance?
No, should I purchase some? Should I purchase some?
Do you have insurance?
No, that's what I'm saying. Should I purchase some before I go, or?
They will send you an invoice.
Yeah, send me the invoice.
And after that, you can forget it.
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying, it's not that hard. I think it's a ingrown hair, but it's swole up. And I was like, oh, fuck.
You go to the private section, you get service pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's 152.
Yeah.
I assume.
I also am assuming. I don't know. I've never had a medical emergency in Finland.
But in Payas, it's
Cheap.
30 to 60.
Yeah, that's what it said on the internet. It said either you can go private or you can go to the... In America, we have a quick care.
Yeah.
So quick care's for like little shit, like your teeth hurt or your, nothing big.
Yeah.
But take your time, man. I'm not in a rush. I'm just...
I quickly go to the shower.
Yeah, just enjoy yourself, man. I'm just in here doing the morning motivation, and then...
I will take Saritsa with us.
Yo! The guard dog. But yeah, I appreciate that.
Why are you leaving?
For the hospital?
No, away from here.
For the end of May. For Denmark.
No, but when?
At the end of May. I haven't picked the date yet. It's May now. Am I kicked out?
No. I will come and tell you if somebody wants to rent it.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have it week to week? What do you want to do? You're gonna rent the other room? Okay. If it's available weekly right now or no? Like you
Yes, it's a bed.
yeah, that's what I thought you said. So I was just gonna
But if
do
you
week
have any trouble, you can move to the other side.
trouble.
For housing.
Oh, for housing. Yeah, I'm not in trouble, man.
Then you can go to the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
side.
yeah. I'm not worried about that.
Or we can buy a tent for you.
Kind of cold at night. You'll make it. Look at you. You're like, you'll make it. No, but yeah, if you need me to, I can move out. I just been every place like 10
I
days.
would
10 days.
like to sleep in a tent, but because my back is not so good condition in that.
Don't sleep like that, man. Don't sleep like that. But yeah, I don't mind. It's just a fucking place to sleep, man.
Yeah.
Sleep in housing is like an inconvenience for my entrepreneurship. You know what I mean? I don't care about that shit. I care about business and functioning and you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can get an Airbnb anywhere really. But I like you. I like here.
Thank you, same.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm chilling. I feel good here. My friends are all coming here. I wanted you to meet my friend at the print shop yesterday, but he had a birthday thing going. Yeah. Yoni's really cool. You got to meet my friends. They're really pushing it out here, man. If you want to come by the shop, you can come see.
Yes, yes.
Yo. But yeah, that's just it. It's a slight pain in my neck, but it's not bad. But it started swelling and getting worse, and I was like, oh no. I was only sick maybe 10 years ago when I came here, and my friend took me to the Apex, Epinix, the medical place.
Yeah.
And then they took me in and gave me some. You have to get a doctor's note for prescriptions or something.
Maybe 30 minutes.
No worries, dude. Take your time. Morning motivation. Your boy Marky Saint. Gotta do the morning motivation. Take it. Literally, this thing is growing underneath my neck. I cut a hole in it here in my beard, and I was gonna shave it back. Odds are they'll shave a big ass patch because it's now this fucking big, bro. It went from like a small little node here to now it's this fucking big, bro. Let me show you. That fucking big, like a golf ball. It's under my neck, under my beard, and you can't even see it, but fucking, it's starting to hurt. And first I thought it was just a hair growing underneath there, and then I could just cut it, open it up, pull the long hair out because it's probably growing for forever. Now it feels like it's kind of getting infected, and it's a pain in my neck. Literally, I guess it's better than being a pain in my ass. That part too, but medical emergencies aren't the same when you are really health is wealth. As I talked to King Remus this morning, you know, you could be anything. You could be in a mood. You could be angry. You could even be frustrated, bro. Angry and frustrated too. You could even be depressed. But not having your health, that's the real wealth. You know, I can't tell you mental health matters. So does physical health. So does your soul health. It's like your mental, your mind, body, and soul have to align. And when you're out of alignment, I promise you, you sit there and you say, I have problems. And then all of a sudden, when you're in the hospital, you only got one problem. All that other stupid shit, bills, money, credit cards, goes right out the window, and you need your femur fixed, or a blood transfusion, or an organ donated. Speaking of Yoni, his father he got a fucking liver, and then it failed, and then they found another person, and that person donated a liver to him. You know, years of drinking, it adds up, and you think you're having fun, and I tell all my friends, but there's that pebble. That's the other pebble on the other side of the seesaw of our lives. You keep placing for pleasure, and I promise you there'll be problems. You know, when we just seek only pleasure, only happiness, I think that's most people's goal, is happiness instead of healthiness. It's like a thing where it's just like, I'll just be happy. You won't be that happy in a hospital. I told people when I got my wreck and my motorbike wreck, when I almost died. What the fuck was that? When I almost died, On the motorbike, dude, I got 4 hours of rocks pulled out of me, and the little Asian girl, she was kind of laughing. She had seen 20 people that day. She works at the pier at Bang Bao, taking fishing hooks out of people on a regular basis. This is what she does, dude. She just fucking puts little Humpty Dumpty back together again. And it all costs like 750 baht, 15 US dollars to for 4 hours, including the medicine. You can't imagine the medical procedures. I keep telling people, go get your teeth done. I have a friend that went to Turkey for a hair transplant. South Korea leads the world in plastic surgery. They literally have hotels where you can recover in. You know, those are all optional. What isn't optional is our health. It's like I just told him, sleeping outside in the tent, optional. You know, where I sleep, I give a fuck less. You know, but as far as other things go, you already know. You know what I mean? Life is more real than that. Life is a fickle bitch, and we treat it, we abuse it, we complain about it, and it puts us in a mindset that of weakness. That's what I was listening to Robert Greene. When you complain, people see you as weak, as someone that can't control themselves, or as a victim. They get in victimhood, you know, a victim mentality. And that's a very buzzword thing that most people say, but it's true. You get in victim mentality and you blame other people for a situation that you can fix. And that's a tough thing in life, because our whole time we're looking at our parents. We're like, why don't you love me more? Or why didn't you spend more time with me? Or you know, little bitchy things that we bitch about, and then all of a sudden it comes down to, are you healthy? You know what I mean? It really comes down to that. As the pain hits my neck, you know, you're gonna want to be pain free, and that's what these things pretend to be, right? The alcohol pretends for you to feel okay. It pretends to make that you're numb, and even with weed, right? You know, you kind of numb yourself. You know, you numb your life. And what also happens with numbing is that also means you numb your happiness. So if everybody's after the happiness, then all of a sudden you're blocking that from happening, right? You can't be happy because you're unhealthy. And this is a compounding thing. This is these pebbles that keep going on the other side of the seesaw against yourself. And that's tough. That's tough when you're not even your own worst enemy, basically, right? Where you sit there and you drill holes in your canoe, and you're wondering why you're always sinking, you know. And I wanted people to survive, right? This is the Titanic. This is me coming back and trying to get as many survivors as possible. But if you're on the edge of where you're a victim, right? We used to talk about this in uh lifeguarding, that if the person is fighting you because they're trying to survive, you know, break their nose if you have to, knock them out, because you're going to be the second victim and then they're going to need to be two lifeguards now, you know, to go get you and the person that fucking just fought you for trying to help them. And I also sent that to my friend. Hold on a second. Morning gut. Yep. And then now there's two victims in the water. And that's not what we want, right? We want survival. We want thrival. And the issue is we're not putting ourselves in the position to be healthy, right? We're drilling those holes in the canoe. We're banking on surviving. Hold on. Hold on. The water's going down. The smoke's coming up. Smoke on the water. I talk too much, and then it traps in my gut. Whew. Almost feels like I want to throw up. And this is such a health day. You know, I've been working out. I've been feeling good about my shit, and then now all of a sudden I'm sick, and it doesn't feel like a gland is swollen, right? It feels more. Look at this thing. I just see it in the light. It feels more like I don't know what to call it. Yeah, it feels like when you're sick. Everybody has glands underneath here, but my glands are back here. This is. Look at this thing, bro. I got dry skin, but can you see how swollen that is? Can you see that? Look how big this fucker is. It used to be just here, and now it's tender in here. So I was gonna just like cut myself and see if a hair would pop out and just pull that bitch out and let it survive. And then I'm like, dude, there's a lot of vessels in there. What if it starts bleeding? Then I'm bleeding out of my neck. See, it's swollen all the way to here. There's like a golf ball's underneath here. Fucking Vito. I didn't know if I could go live in the hospital, but if I can, I will. It's like pull this crazy ass hair out of me already. Yeah, even to the touch. There's something in there, and it fucking hurts. So pain in my neck, and all of a sudden it's like I'm not worried about a paycheck. I'm not concerned about a girl or a place to stay. You know, some of the top fears or concerns: will I get laid? Will I have babies? Will I find a love in my life, a real relationship that stays? Now I'm on some, will I be alive to see those days? You know what I mean? Like when you're on borrowed time after that Thailand accident, I was on borrowed time. I just turned 30. And that kind of thing, it really realized really quickly just how fragile my life was and how less I cared about my wallet or my hair or the clothes that I was wearing. And it sounds superficial, but I was superficial. I was in the Vegas life. I was in the, am I wearing Perry Ellis? Am I wearing, the right type of clothes, Donna Karen? I had a lot of those kind of clothes when I came back from Thailand. And it was just like, none of that shit mattered, bro. I was paying for a storage unit for 2 years of shit that was free or given to me or it wasn't important to me. Old clothes that I had since high school. I'm like, why am I still got this shit? You know what I mean? And that's what it was like, keeping up with the Joneses or showing people that I could assimilate or that I was like them or I could compete with them. And I'm sure I spent a lot of money on things that I didn't need to have and ended up being worthless in the end. It's not really an investment clothing, it's a necessity. But this is the whole topic here is like we focus on minutia. We get stumbled upon for the smallest shit. And then when it comes down to the real shit, we act like we can't handle it. It's like as soon as something gets more real, we want to disappear. We want to numb. We want to forget. Again, I'm going to do a delete, block, forget post. But that doesn't mean you I've been kind of ignoring it. I'll be honest with you. I thought it was just a hair, and then it was up there, and then it just started to swell and hurt last night. And then it woke me up this morning at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, oh shit, there's a pain in my neck. And I'm like, this is something that I can't fix myself. You know what I mean? Like, this is something that needs medical help and assistance. And maybe that's what this is for the morning motivation is medical help or assistance and people that, hell, man, we all need it. Bro, we all fucking need it sometimes. We're gonna need the kindness of strangers. We're gonna need a ride to the hospital. We're gonna need a ride to the airport. We're gonna need an Uber and a ride home. This is the way of human beings. So we make it harder on ourselves, and then it says life reflects the way that we are. And then it's just like, have you been making it easier on your friends? Have you been making it easier on your life? Have you done anything in any form for assistance to make your life a better form of what it is? Was being the best version of myself. She said, the Netflix and chill and the eating and hangover. I mean, that's not the best version of ourselves. I think the best version of ourselves is healthy, and then happy, and then we talk about longevity. And it turns out, what was the guy I was reading? It's the raw foods. You know, some people eat a lot of meat. They were talking about like the Mediterranean diet, or some of these people that live a long time in Japan, or people that have long lives, right? And some of these long lifers are eating raw foods and not processed foods, right? So, I mean, that would be the definition of it. And I think that we're starting to block it. I think RFK was saying something about artificial dyes and food poison, food colorings, but all those things were the way people would talk shit to me when I'm traveling, travel by saints. When I was in Spain, homeboy was like, yeah, you guys use red dye number 6. Your country doesn't care about your health. Our country does. And we were kind of doing a bitch and moan situation. Pain in my neck, bro. I'm gonna have to film this. Whatever I do, I don't know if I can do it on YouTube either, because there will be blood and probably pus. So, and probably a long ass hair as well. So I'm probably gonna put needles in and around here and then cut me open, and I'll do a video, but I'm not sure if I can upload it. I'm not sure if I can upload it. And I hope they don't shave it all the way back, because then I'll just like have no beard. I'll have a hole in my beard and just like, yeah, it's too close to the throat, man. I can't be doing that. So, yeah, longevity, health, that's the key to happiness. It literally is unlocking itself. So, like when I go to the gym, the endorphins kick in, my muscles tighten, my skin, I can feel it differently more than like say being on the couch and numb, or just not paying attention at all. It's kind of like our mindset, when we're in balance, then all of a sudden you can hear the birds chirping. When we're out of balance, you can hear the ambulance and every fucking garbage truck that's in the city, right? So this is that kind of thing. I woke up Monday morning, like, hey, Monday motivation, and my motivation is my health. Like it's an impetus to me right now because of pain. So it's like if it's only way that I learn Saints addiction is through pain, right? Then uh then I have to find another way to reinforce this information, right? So if I really wanted to avoid pain, I learned from this last pain and I set myself up to get away from pain. I said, okay, if I do it that way, then I'm going to be unhealthy, right? It's almost like, again, doing the math. If it's going to only be 4 to 8 hours of fun, but it takes 48 hours to recover from the hangover, then in essence, I traded a whole work week for just a weekend. And everybody knows that. It's pretty much the pattern of most folks, because it goes through so much pain to get up early in the morning, so much pain to have a boss talk shit to you, so much pain that the first thing you want to do is numb yourself. The thing that I'm saying is, like, this isn't happiness. That's not a human behavior. That's not an experience, a full life experience. A full life experience is going to entail you having some freedoms, and you having some nature, and you having some health. And I think that's why here in Finland they say they're the happiest place on earth. But it's because of what the other guys say. It's access to community events and a sense of purpose, especially if you want a long life. These people all still had a sense of purpose in their life. Maybe you can call it ikagi or something. But in the later years, it was mobility and purpose. So, like, all the people that live long, I'm talking 70, 80, 90, 100 years, these guys are doing, um, they're still moving. Motion creates emotion. They're still have a sense of purpose and a reason to wake up. I know kids that are depressed. I was just talking to the chick, and she's like, I was depressed for a lot of years. And it was just like, now you just turned 40. that's being depressed for 5 years, 10 years, you know what I mean? And then now when you're 60, 70, and 80, you're begging for another 10 years. You're like, I hope. And even me at 45, I'm like, if I double up, then it's 90. And then my friend's grandma just passed away at 95. So it's just like, that's a full life. You know what I mean? Anywhere near 100, I would say is a good number to have. But that's what we're saying about life. We literally don't mention any of our consumer goods, right? Like when you're on your deathbed, you're not talking about any of that shit. That's the least of your concerns. The foremost thing we should be worried about is our health, our purpose, and our motion. I mean, that's the morning motivation this morning. Because if you got some health and you got some purpose and you keep yourself in motion, motion creates emotion. Now you're moving around. Now you have that longevity because you keep the joints going. I call them the what do you call this? The he not He Man. GI Joe. When I used to have the GI Joe, I used to fucking mingle that dude up and throw him around and shit. But like he had a joint in his elbows, little pivot, little situation. Everybody knows pivot situation here, even in the neck and even in the knees and in the hips. Basically, that's where it hurts. Basically, for me at about this point, not hurt like I'm in pain all the time, but for sure my knees are on some. Hey, you can't do that shit anymore. You're not in high school. You're not on the wrestling team, and all those takedowns and single legs and double legs have really added up. And then that time when you dislocated your shoulder when I went to go put it up, that still bugs. So another good question too, for the high schoolers is, I stunted my growth. I think by being bulimic and not doing my thing. 725. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Did it answer? I don't know. You'll find out with me. Fuck yeah, I need to get some medical assistance. That's what this is. Somebody else's eyeballs when my neck is up here and figure the fuck out for me. Like, what the fuck happened? Why am I why am I like this right now? Why am I not more healthy? Someone called me from this number. I tried to answer. They don't need no prints. But this is what this is: an impetus, a refocusing, a realigning of what your purpose is, why you have motion, and to be healthy enough to do something about it, right? So it was like, what was part of the game? They were talking to Paul George, I think, and he was talking about, yeah, he was good, but then his knee blew out, or he was unhealthy, or he couldn't stay healthy, is what he said. He said, that's not part of the game. He's like, actually, yeah, it is part of the game. It's part of the game of life. Staying healthy, having healthy points, and doing business as well. Let's see what happens this time. Let's try again. Brandon Hour, this is Mark.
Hello?
Yeah, I tried answering the phone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you just call Brandon Hour?
Yeah.
Okay. What can I help you with, brother?
Alright, so, well, in short words, I'm just trying to print out a piece of paper. I don't know if you guys do that or.
No, I just got 3 calls tonight for that. I would probably recommend Kinko's in the morning or something. Is that, yeah, that's the only place I know that does like small amounts.
Okay.
No worries, brother. Let me know.
All right.
All right, have a blessed day. Bye. So just like that, another lady was calling me, and she talked to our agent on the phone and started getting the process, the order, and I think she mentioned that she was homeless with her dog. I know, 10 pieces of paper turned into a life story. I can tell you that. Susan. Transcript, how can I help you today? This is Aura from Intersect.ai. I love that. What kind of documents are you looking to print? I already have the file design ready. Yes, I'm looking to print. They're on my phone. Print messages. Do you print it on regular paper or something? And do you have save file? La 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 la. I really help with that. I want them printed on regular paper. I need 2 copies. Got it. For the printout. This is like midnight. Do you want the text message to look exactly like they do on your phone? Blah, 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 something, something, something. And then I read something and it said, how many pages? Help better idea. 5 pages, 10 pages, and that's anything specific, formatting, general. Got it. All right. So just to confirm, you got an 8.5 by 11, 10 page format exactly. Da-da-da. All right, sounds good. Something, something. Now, just to confirm something, binding, laminating. No, no, got layout sorted. That's a wrap. Share your name. Blah blah blah. My name is Susan. Da 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 da. Team members will reach out, and then you need to get in the documents and okay, and I can't leave. Okay, this is where it goes. I would like to add that you let them know that I'm in a situation sitting in my car. I need to get this document tonight. I can't leave this area until I get the document done so I can go and take me and my homeless dog to a hotel tonight. Got all the details. That's when she started kicking in. The poor agent, she has no, this is an AI agent and no way to respond for this kind of behavior or comment. Like it goes right back to, do you want 8.5 by 11 paper? Like Aura is an automated user response agent. She's not a psychologist. And even sometimes, I'm not joking with you, sometimes some people's kids and shit, and have them know. That's what she said. I can't believe this is really happening. And then I can get ready to go. So, you ready? Let's go. Let's do it. Finish your cigarette. And then she said, yeah, that's it. So, I mean, you think you have a pain in the neck and you just need one piece of paper, then you're homeless with your dog in your hand. So, there's a lot of people that call it first world problems. Right now, I got a first world problem. I'm in the first world and they can handle this problem and I wouldn't even probably have to pay for it. I don't know if I can go live and show it because it will be blood and pus, but I got to go. My ride's waiting for me and I need a medical emergency. So, peace and love. And as always, Chigathon, that means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. Ciao.